Welcome, Aries, to your Astrodice reading for February. Welcome back, all subscribers. Anyone new to my channel, welcome, welcome. Okay, friends, let's get in here and see what's going on with yours. Small horoscope for the month. Okay, best house for Aries. Best house for Aries. Best message. What do we got? Oh, 3. Going straight to the 3rd house with Sagittarius energy coming through with that South Node. South Node is talking about past life, things that are coming back around from your past life, things that did not get finished that you now have to redo again. You're taking a mulligan, my friends. Those of you who golf, you will know. Oh no! Maybe it's a good thing, maybe it's a bad thing. It depends on how you want to see it, right? Okay, this suggests the behavior patterns that have their roots in the past life that are reactivated so that you may experience them again and bring them to a resolution. Okay, my friends. So whether it was a past life and you lived in the 1700s and this is that past life that you have to redo, or whether it was about 6 years ago, you will know because you'll say, oh, schniz, I already did that. If you do not understand this and you do not remember this ever happening, then you know this was when you were a pilgrim, right? Okay, here we go. Getting straight into that. We're going to use Vesta, my friends, because Vesta is a part of nodes. This is the goddess within your sacred spiritual center and quiet dignity. She is talking about those karmic deeds and things of this nature. Okay, so sorry about that. And we have the Sagittarius coming through. So talking about that goddess within your sacred spiritual center, that is also going to bring out all of the karmic deeds and all the things that your spirit really wants. So it's really, the Vesta is more about your spirit. And of course, the nodes are more about your spirit than your human self, right? The karmic sides. So that's always a great card. Okay, so going Sagittarius over here. Sagittarius, the energy imbues power, superior confidence, enthusiasm with faith, good fortune, and authority. So are you learning something from your past that's coming up that is going to bring in the superiority and the good fortune? Or is, oh, right? How is this going to work? Always makes you wonder, right? Ooh. No matter what, you have some super fire going on within you because you're Aries already, now bringing in that Sagittarius within that 3rd house. The 3rd house is talking about, yes, your potential to learn something and your local neighborhood. Very interesting. A lot of people have been having the 3rd house this month. A lot of soul things, you know, Mercury retrograde. That is a karmic thing. Anything in retrograde brings in karma. So definitely learning something about your local neighborhood, your sisters, your siblings, your coworkers, whatever you're learning, right? Learning something. So getting over here. What is it that you need to learn to get past this South Node karma, this past life experience, something that you need to resolve, something that you're going to learn. And when you learn this, will it resolve it? Will you finally get through this karmic situation? In the beginning of the month, you might feel like where there was an increase within your spiritual center, you're going to find that there's kind of this decrease within the spiritual center, right? So you're going to find, okay, here we go. Let me look at something really fast here, my friends. Because literally what they're talking about over here is where your spiritual center felt like it was balanced from the past, it all of a sudden has gone backwards. So when we're looking at Vesta itself, we want to focus on the card and the goddess within the representation of the sun, right? The sun is the spiritual center of the solar system, and the Vesta represents the spiritual center of yourself, the fire of the divine within you, your perfect and sacred spirit. So when it's talking about having a decrease within this karmic area, it says that there's something that you're struggling with. So where you felt like the soul was, like I said, there was a balance, and now you're feeling like the pursuits that you're having in this time have kind of decreased, and you're having a little bit of more of a struggle within this situation. Okay. It says Vesta is unusual in that she represents both fire and earth, the point where order and chaos meet, the core of human experience. See, that's why we use her for the nodes. Her fire is about comfort and confidence, while her earth is dignified, quiet, and diligent. Take time out and be holy and completely devote yourself to quieting yourself. So that's what I'm saying. Where you felt like you had an increase in this area, it feels like the vitality of that area has decreased. And that's because you're having this karmic past come back in. So it's kind of like, it's just an imbalance. Just have to keep it as that way. It's otherwise we'll be here like forever, right? Trying to understand the soul. That could be an hour long. Okay, here we go, guys. Trying to figure out the past life soul area. Okay, and it decreases optimism. So you might feel like when your soul is imbalanced and you're going through this thing because it's getting ready to do this, this go backwards, kind of through time in its own way. You're going to feel that it's more of a decrease in vitalization. So where you're feeling as confident, you're not feeling as confident right now, right? You're feeling a little lower, right? Because of the Sagittarius coming through. So it's saying, I was highly optimistic. Now I'm feeling a little low, right? Because I don't feel like I'm abusing the power that I need. Why? Because the Vesta is kind of taking it away, right? She's decreasing that power, that optimism. And that's because it needs to go through this karmic cycle. Yeah, not feeling your sacred temple at this time, feeling it's just so much imbalance. Might as well just throw me the imbalance card. Just throw me the Two of Pentacles, because in seriousness, that's exactly what it is. Because it feels like, well, I can't find my higher self. I feel so imbalanced. I don't feel like myself. And what you're learning right now is that I don't feel the power, the strength, the authority that I had before. Something weird is going on. You might feel a little weird. Wake up in the morning and feel a little out of place. Clarifying. Yeah, not as united within your soul, right? Those who watch spiritual readings. Myself, my soul self, so feeling like you're just a little disconnected from your own soul, feeling like you're a little disconnected from your own spirit, and it's doing it on purpose. Oh my gosh, this is so crazy, because you would think this would come up in more of a spiritual reading, but it is a part of the third house, because that's just the way karmic works. So with the Fool, it's saying, it's asking you to take a risk, where you have this feeling that you might need to take a risk, or you might need to take this leap of faith to try to get away from this. I do feel, though, friends, that you're feeling like you're kind of being pulled back, reined back a little bit. You're saying, I want to make this leap of faith. I need to get more optimistic. I need to get my head together, right? I need to feel better. But it just feels like it's pulling you on purpose, because it doesn't want the change just yet. Because why? It's changing back. It's almost like it's pulling the chapter back into an old cycle. That's what the whole point is. That's the point. The point is, it's bringing you back to the past. It's bringing you back to a area in the beginning of the month, and you might know it. You might have this phone call from someone, and that dwells and weighs on you, and you're saying, what are you doing? And I haven't heard from you in 6 years. Why are we reliving this again? Because it could be a soulmate experience. Not wanting. So not only do you feel a little separated from your own self, it might be pulling you back towards the soulmate from, well, more than likely that's what it is, to the past. Like I said, I don't care if it was when you were a pilgrim, a cowboy, I don't care, you know, if you lived, you know, it doesn't matter. Or whether it was 6 years ago, you're going to feel this pull. So what you're learning is it feels like you're going backwards in time in its own weird way, right? It could be a thought, right? It could be thoughts. Like all of a sudden I'm thinking, right? I'm thinking about this person. I'm thinking, right? I don't think that I deserve, feeling like you don't deserve this. There's a commitment that needs to be done to keep the authority going, but it's not bringing in the happiness and the success. Feels like it's pulling you back towards someone. Yep, it's draining your energy, but I already seen that. And this is because there's a blessing that needs to be done between maybe you and this other person. This other person could be definitely a Cancer. Okay. And to make the cycle change into a blessing, you're going to have to gather the strength to make the commitment to have this talk, to get through this situation. This situation has to be resolved. If they want to come back as a new love, the emotions are going to be spread all over the place, but it's draining your energy and it's causing anxieties during the mid-month. And that's because I feel like you're pulled in 2 different directions. And that's because the soul is making you do one thing because of the planetary karmic, where your mind is saying, I don't want to do that, but it has to be resolved within the sun. Now remember, the sun is a part of, the Vesta is a part of the sun, right? So it feels like it has to be this way to make this cycle change. It's for the soul. The sun is the soul. There's so much like metaphoric things going on over here, and I just keep hearing it too. It's like, this is for your soul, this is for the sun, this is for the changes. And what are you learning? You're learning that where you didn't have the happiness and the success, there has to be some kind of retribution between you and this. I'm just saying it's a person. We'll say the situation for now, but I'm saying a person. So what are you going to learn? You're going to learn how to resolve this issue with them so that you can move on. And it's a soulmate. It's a soulmate. There it is, true love. There is a piece within this that in the past you were true loves. You were true. Look, but you've separated your soul. Might even be twin flame. What in the? You separated. There's a piece. It's like, I don't know. I keep seeing like a piece of paper and scissors. Like you cut at the wrong time. You're not supposed to cut this tie. Not the way it was cut. The way it was cut was not the way it was supposed to be done. It wasn't done right. Maybe you ghosted. I don't know. But it made what was supposed to be upside down. It was done wrong. You're going to learn how to fix it. So through this tie, you will learn how to fix ties. Yeah, it was done ungratefully. And that's what Spirit says. Spirit says it because it was done ungratefully. And not only just by you, my friend, but by them as well. So that means if you're going through it, they're going through it too. They're literally going through it too. I don't remember if I had anybody else that had this just yet. But then again, it would have to come up in the 3rd house. But we'll see during the beginning of the month, middle of the month, and the end of the month, right? Who comes up with the same thing. So you guys have to watch that, right, in some ways. See which sign it would be. If it's coming up, right? But for you, this is very important because it seems like this is going to be one of those things that is going to completely drag you down. And the Ascended Masters, the Divine, are like, this is not the way it was. It can't be this way. You have to learn how to do this. Maybe so you don't do it again with other soulmates. So under the true love over here, it was saying this was your true love. This was the person you were supposed to be in love with. If you don't know who this person is, then you're reliving something from ancient Egypt, you know. I just make up all kinds of things. It could be any time period, right? It is, and it's saying your soul knows, your psychic self knows this has to be, it has to be done. It's a part of the learning and the growing and the way that things have to be, and it's a part of the Mercury retrograde. I see it all over the place. Do not allow this cycle to cause you drama or confusion. Think about what I'm saying, because Spirit is saying you're actually, the whole reading for some people, they're actually a little confused. So over here it says, use your intuition to think. And it's because if you're talking about a life that you haven't lived, then you're going to be a little confused. You will know. Spirit says you will know with the High Priestess when this comes up. You will be able to perceive it because it will be the Tower moment that will happen within the time period. So do not allow it to confuse you at this time or cause you any kind of imbalances because you're already in an imbalanced stage. Allow yourself to think about it, not only from a higher intuitive piece within yourself, also analyze it and say, okay, I understand what you're saying, right? But you have to take the calmness with it to get to the Wheel of Fortune, right? To have the good fortune. Here comes the good fortune. But the good fortune says when the time has come, you will understand what you need to do at that time. You will have the understanding and the potential for the learning of what is going on around you. You will get it. It will come. You won't miss it. You will know what it is if you already do not. But at this time, if you do not understand what Spirit is saying, do not allow confusion because it will just abruptly happen. Just as the sun changes, the fall to this, you know what I'm saying? Fall to winter. Spring to summer, it will come within the patterns. It's almost a very philosophical reading. I feel like Plato, which is wonderful. He's wonderful. But it does. It almost feels very philosophical. That's because we're playing with karma. So now that I got to be Plato for once in my life, yes, thank you. Thank you. Take a bow. But definitely, it does. It feels more kind of like, I don't know. It's something you have to do, though. You will do this. If you do not do this, it will come back around, right? It will come back until it's completed. It might not be the next Mercury retrograde. It could be the one in October. It might not be. It might be next year. Sooner or later, it's going to have to pop up again until the karmic is done, because that's what they do. It just means that right now we're working in the 3rd house. Maybe next time we're working in the 4th house. Maybe then we'll work in the 5th. You see what I'm saying? But sooner or later, it'll come back. Okay? So just keep working on your spirit and try to figure this out. I think more than anything, when this person comes back, you will know exactly, unless they're already here, and then you'll be like, I know exactly what you're talking about. Okay? Until next time, my friends. Peace and love. Bye-bye.